Begin with Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost. She joins us live from the newsroom with the latest push from the governor today and what led to it. Mackenzie?
Well, Clyde, Mary, Governor Wes Moore ordering this top-to-bottom review of how the Department of Juvenile Services shares information with other schools across the state when it comes to students involved with these reportable offenses. And the news today follows our reporting outlining some of the gaps in the system that we highlighted on Fox 45 News in Depth several weeks ago. In a Friday afternoon news release, Governor Wes Moore announces a review of how information about students' criminal records are shared. Governor Moore says he will be closely studying the review with the goal of helping make Maryland safer. The review targets how reportable offenses are shared. I'm going in depth on school safety and questioning whether those laws need to change. 2 weeks ago, Fox 45 News in Depth focused on school safety, highlighting the apparent gaps in how this information is shared. Reportable offenses are a slew of charges like murder, attempted murder, carjacking, assault, and several others. Current state law requires local law enforcement agencies to report to the school district whenever a student is arrested for one of these offenses off campus within 24 hours. The Maryland State Department of Education is required by law to produce this, an annual report of each Maryland jurisdiction and the different reportable offenses from the school year. The most recent available report is the 2022-2023 school year, totaling 1,231 total offenses in the category.
I would like to look a little deeper into that. And again, it's all about who's required.
We sat down with Sergeant Clyde Boatright, the president of the Maryland Fraternal Order of Police. He also spent nearly 20 years with the Baltimore City School Police and is the president of the School Police Union. We went through the different reported offenses from areas around the state. Dorchester, 36 different incidents. Charles County, 71. The numbers seem to be all over the map.
Yes. Yeah, so that tells me that there is a different understanding of what should be reported versus what's actually being reported. If we're now seeing most of our 24 counties are under 100, and we have one county that's almost 500, that's telling that it could be something in how that agency understands what should be reported.
We started digging into the reportable offenses issue after 15-year-old Curtis Grant was shot and killed during a fight in the school bathroom in Joppatown. 16-year-old Jaylen Prince arrested and charged in connection to the shooting. Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gaylor says Prince had at least 10 different interactions with law enforcement since 2022. But what those encounters were remains unclear. From your understanding, do parents get any sort of notification when a student within the school district is arrested and charged with one of these reportable offenses?
In Maryland, there are very strict student privacy laws. So in most cases, there wouldn't be notification unless there was some immediate harm or risk to other students in the school. So identifying the student would be impossible or illegal. But at least giving sense that somebody was arrested for homicide would be important. Sean
Kennedy with the Maryland Public Policy Institute points to a different situation in Harford County as well, where Walter Martinez was enrolled in Edgewood High School. At the time, according to Fox 45's Project Baltimore, Martinez was an MS-13 gang member, murder suspect, and in the United States illegally. Yet no one at the school knew about Martinez's past.
That is something where students are directly at risk by this offender.
In Howard County earlier this month, a 17-year-old was arrested while at school in connection to a Columbia murder. Police also finding a loaded gun in the teen's backpack. That teen wearing an ankle monitor stemming from an attempted murder charge in 2023 when he was a student in Anne Arundel County.
My frustration is recognizing there are systemic gaps that resulted in this case, thankfully only a student possessing a loaded gun in a school and not using a loaded gun in school.
Howard County Superintendent Bill Barnes calling for immediate action to clear up any communication sharing problems. Just a few days later,
we added an agenda item early this morning.
The State Board of Education approving emergency rules requiring student criminal history to be shared with other districts.
So this is a temporary process. We know that the emergency proclamation is only 180 days, and then that also puts it in time for us to also work back behind that to get the reg ready to go for approval.
Now, Governor Moore says in the news release that the findings of this top-to-bottom review will be utilized, especially as the Juvenile Justice Reform Committee begins its work, and that committee is set to begin for the first time in a few weeks. Live in the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Clyde Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.